So good morning, I've got mixed news for you. The good news is it's Friday. The bad news is the date now starts with a 2, which means you're really going to have to sort out your Christmas shopping probably tomorrow, Sunday, Monday maybe. Yeah, got to get on with it, guys. So, in the diminishing pile of lucky dips from Malden Coffee Company, Santa Ana. Santa Ana. Explore the exotic and fruity notes with a bright and lively acidity that enhances the silky smooth texture and leaves a tantalising aftertaste. Well, that's very wordy. Exotic fruity notes, bright and lively. So then, exotic fruity notes. It has kind of a slightly sharp smell to it. Oh, yes, it's quite citrusy. And very smooth with it. This is a middle of the day coffee. And now to today's car. Now, it has been said quite recently on Marty Ford's live stream that I'm a bit of a saloon car guy. John Albright even called me Saloon R. And yeah, I do like cars of a type. But not just that type. So today's car is the Revo slot Porsche 911 GT1. It's not a saloon car. So you might be thinking, well, that's a bit unusual for you, Dave. It isn't a saloon car. It isn't all sorts of bright colours. And it isn't very you, Dave. Well, actually, it is, because it's not just that I like saloon cars, because obviously the Revo slot Mercedes CLKs and the Ferrari F40, those sorts of things, they're not saloon cars. This is definitely not a saloon car. I suppose it's a coupe, really, isn't it? And it's not a garish colour. I love it though. It's not a car I would have picked, and that's because I didn't pick it. Ian from Magnetic Racing picked it for me, which was very kind of him. And I do really like this livery. It's very simple. It's got the Nico, it's got lease plan, it's got a bit of H&R down there. It's a real livery for a real car, has real drivers' names on it. And there's been a few fantasy livery things about it lately, and I do like a real car, and this is a real car. As a Revo slot, it was pretty much set up out the box. Again, they're getting nearer to completely ready to run as time passes. It won't be long before the Revo slots are so well made that you can just run them straight out of the box. This one was very good straight out. I did check everything. I didn't really need to. The gears, again, I've been on about the gears in Revo slots for a while now. Used to be really noisy, used to be hard to get them to mesh and be quiet. More recently, they're obviously cutting the teeth better or something. They're usually set up pretty good, and it's easy to get them to set up so that they run really smooth and quiet. And this one really does. And it handles quite nicely. For a car that's got quite a lot of overhang, front and back, you know, and it's not really a box with a wheel in each corner by any stretch of the imagination, but it still handles really well. I mean, yes, the guide is nicely far forward of the front axle. That obviously helps with a slot car. But yes, it's very smooth. It's not the fastest, but it runs with all the other cars in the class for Revo slots. It is, to my mind, a little bit more fussy to drive than, say, the F40. The F40 is a bit of a loony boy racer's car, really. You can throw it around the track and throw it at a corner and it'll take it all. This one definitely prefers to have its wheels in line. But it's a very enjoyable, relaxing drive. I suppose, you know, if I come out here after work and I just sit in the shed and I do a load of laps, this one is kind of, it's that wind down, it's that kind of swoosh round the track. It doesn't make too much noise, it sweeps about. You can be very smooth with it. And it's very enjoyable for that sort of, you know, doing laps, passing the time. So all in all, I like this. They've done some other ones in some fairly garish colours, and I'm sure they'll do some more. And I might get some more, because I'm not just a saloon car guy. But now it is time for Mrs. Slotter's Christmas joke. What do breads do at Christmas dinner? They toast. Yeah, Christmassy, funny. Cheers. See you tomorrow.